Oh, that's a way to start the show off. Good morning. Good morning. Gag. Okay. All right. Why you why you here? I'm like, well, I'm glad you're here. But if I make you gag, I mean, does that make me the crazy one? I don't know. I don't know. Hey, apparently here on Earth, there's a what do you call it? Some kind of a situation. Let's see. I'd like to first off, there was this what I saw was a hoax that came across the internet. So who knows what all this is all about? Was this post here? Breaking. Senator Babbitt just announced that humans would be very surprised if we find out who isn't entirely human when responding to Matt Gaetz's claim of being briefed on alien breeding camps. Alien breeding camps. It's hump day. Australian Senator Babbitt. I wish I could say more, but unfortunately, everything I know about the alien hybrid program, is classified. Let's just say some of you would be very surprised to see who's not entirely human. That's all I'm authorized to disclose at this time. What are we doing? What? 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 Come on, man. Alien breeding grounds. I don't know if you've seen the clip, the clip of this pops up. Matt Gaetz came on, and he had some stuff to say about it. I need to get that dang thing up on here. I thought I shared it. Here we go. First hiccup of the day. First hiccup of the day. I'll just have to find it then. That should be easy to find. It's probably, April Fools and all that. April Fools and all that. Not a big truster in what Benny really says. It's kind of an opportunist, but let's check this out. Why do I not have an echo? Let's check this out. See what he says. Sure, it's interesting.
Interracial alien mating? What the F is going on? Look, wait a second. You had whistleblowers tell you this kind of thing? Can you please unpack that?
I had a guy who was uniformed. He was a senior enlisted with the United States Army. Came into my office in Crestview, Florida, in a non-classified setting. I had members of my staff there, and what they explained is that the military ran a very secret program where aliens that were living were in forced breeding programs with humans that had been abducted from war zones and from even the caravans of migrants. Now, again, I didn't verify this, but what the whistleblower was telling me is that there were like between 6 and 12 locations around the country where this happened. And what he wanted was a group, members of Congress, to all show up at the same time at all of these different locations so that any of those activities could not be moved. And of course, it's a physical impossibility to get members of Congress to simultaneously show up at like 8 locations at one time. And so that never occurred.
What do you mean non-human biologics? Like this?
Well, that was the testimony of David Grush before the House Oversight Committee, which I joined. And the testimony was that in crashes of craft that had been recovered by the CIA and through a special program that the CIA had for crash recovery, that it wasn't just the hard materials, it was also biologics, but that they couldn't identify a human source of those biologics.
What say you? Believe in aliens? Do you? I wouldn't be surprised. You never know. There's a lot of stuff coming out about this, including conspiracy theories about how to bring the world back together under an alien attack. Let's check it out. This is UFO expert Stephen Greer warns that rogue actors inside the government are now on the verge of staging a fake alien invasion across the entire planet. He says the operation would be so advanced it could easily deceive most of the world, including top government officials.
Big one would be this, what Werner von Braun warned about on his deathbed. He said, he said, we are going to hoax an alien attack on the planet. It's all a lie, but it will trick and fool almost everyone. So we're trying to expose that. But see, if this festers much longer with that group that have the technologies I'm talking about, in a minute, they could stage this and it would fool. Well, it had. I mean, look at what they've been doing for decades, fooling everyone. Everyone's saying, "Oh, those are alien events," and our military guys chasing these objects thinks those are military, right? But they're not. I mean, or alien. They're military or covert aerospace programs. So the ability to hoax an attack on our planet is real. And
what would be the goal in them doing that, staging a really false alien attack on the entire world?
On a side note, I'm personally offended when I see people like Owen Schroyer or this guy here using a golden microphone. That's not That's not allowed. That's only for Rush.
What would
They
be?
want,
What would they accomplish?
they want to unite the world around a military junta, a totalitarian system. And how do you do that? How do you get one race or one ethnicity or one nation to stop fighting with each other? You create a bigger problem up there, and it unites everyone against a common enemy. But in that uniting of the world in war instead of peace, they can then exert all manner of totalitarian controls. That has been a 70-year plan. I have a CIA document from 1953 or 54 stating that they can use the UFO issue to great advantage for its, quote, psychological warfare value. So once they got close and mastered the technology in the mid-50s, and they knew they were close to that in 53, 54, then what has happened is that they've started a long-term program to brainwash the public that there's a threat out there. Now, the question is, will they brainwash President Trump and other people? We're providing the information we have, but there are some devils on these deep state operations around the president, giving him the opposite perspective. So this is getting into like, well, which of these narratives is it going to be the true narrative or the false flag narrative? And when you have someone like the president who's very busy, and you have to do a one-sheeter for him, and he's doing a million things a day, it's very easy for people who are in the system he trusts, who are actually foxes in the hen house, who are bad actors, for him to take their advice.
It's going to happen. What do you think? Do you think they're going to use aliens, a fake alien attack to bring the world under the same banner? I don't know. It all seems pretty crazy to me. I know there's been a lot more videos lately coming out of all this stuff going on in the flying around in space, in the skies and stuff. And you see some that look like they're just like drones. They're probably just drones. You know what I mean? But then you see some that are kind of crazy where they're like, go over here and then they'll stop and then shoot out some other direction. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think it's pretty interesting. We'll never know. We'll never know. We'll never know. On a side note, I just was scrolling by and I saw this thing. I know Kid Rock was supposed to be in trouble for some kind of helicopter thing at his estate at the Southern White House or whatever it was. So I'm gonna put that up. I hadn't seen this. I didn't know what it was all about. So he was going to get in trouble for that, I guess. And Pete Hegseth actually shared that post and said, "Thank you at Kid Rock. At U.S. Army pilots, suspension lifted. No punishment, no investigation. Carry on, Patriots." Yeah, right. Totally will. Totally will. Yeah, there's so much to cover, like this right here, like this. They want to take down Arena Zarutska's
arrested over a dozen times and was released.
Put it up here. There's a mural going up, and they want to put a mural up of her.
Arrested over a dozen
They're going to take it down.
And was released through no cash bail. Stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up.
So they want to take that down. They want to say it's not. I forget what the reasoning was. It'll offend some people. It'll offend some people. It's ridiculous. Won't that be Independence Day too? There's a couple weird videos I wanted to put up later, but have you guys seen what happened? I'm sure everybody knows by now what happened with James O'Keefe. He got served on a live stream. I guess another guy from his old entity is putting like a restraining order against him, but I guess that guy's already threatened to kill him. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I had so much here. Oh, there we go. There we go. This is what I was talking about.
Ultimately, we want to make sure that every community member that calls Providence home feels safe. And we can both agree that this mural behind us does not reflect Providence's values, nor does it reflect the creativity that we want to see in our city. Ultimately,
what a disgrace. What a damn disgrace.
Well, Emily, Jean, it's still here, but not for long. Artist Ian Gaudreau tells me he's sad it's come to this point, but after calls from Mayor Smiley and other local leaders to remove the mural, it felt like only a matter of time before this happened.
The artwork is going to be removed.
Artist Ian Gaudreau breaking the news to NBC 10 Monday afternoon. The Irina Zarutska mural is coming down.
A lot of people voiced their frustrations, and voices were heard, and the work is coming down as a reaction to that.
Well, Emily, Jean, it's still here, but not for long. Artist Ian Gaudreau tells me.
That's a shame. I imagine that's a private building. Like, I don't know what the deal is for there. Yeah, skin tone's too light to remember, right? It's the truth. It's the truth. What about George Floyd? Fentanyl Floyd. What about him? He got statues, the gold casket. I know his parents paid for that, but I guess we'll see. It's a damn shame. Hey, so POTUS had just took some action, an executive order about election integrity. So I haven't watched this whole thing, but I want to check it out. It's only a minute and a half. So we're going to check this out and see what Howard Lutnick, who I'm no fan of, fanboy Howard Lutnick, he was on the island, was he not? He was on the island, right? Yeah. There's a picture of him on the island. So why is he still, I don't know.
Stopping the massive cheating that's gone on. And so we're going to be signing an executive order. It's, I believe it's foolproof. And maybe it'll be tested, maybe it won't. I think it's very obvious what's said. And I'll ask Will Scharf to start off, attorney, a great talent, a very brilliant young man. And if you could discuss it, and then I'm going to ask Howard Lutnick to say a few words, and then I'm going to sign it, and we'll take a couple of questions. Okay, thank you.
Mr. President, as you said, you have in front of you an executive order that deals with a number of issues relating to election integrity. As you've consistently identified, two of the biggest problems we have with election integrity in this country are, one, inaccurate voter rolls that allow ineligible people to vote in various federal and state elections all over the country. And secondarily, you've consistently identified that vote by mail in this country has become rife with fraud. People returning ballots who aren't eligible to return ballots being sent to people who aren't confirmed to be eligible voters. So what this executive order is going to do is, one, we're going to take federal data. We're going to ensure that each state's election officials are provided with a comprehensive view of who the eligible voters in their jurisdiction actually are, allowing them to properly verify that everybody voting in their elections is legally able to vote. And then it orders the Postmaster General and the U.S. Postal Service to take bold new measures to verify that ballots both being sent to people are being sent to people who are eligible to vote, and then the ballots being returned or being properly returned by eligible voters only. And we believe that combined, the measures in this executive order will help secure elections in the future and ensure that the many abuses of our election system in the past aren't repeated in future elections.
Right. Howard?
So the fund.
I'm glad it's cut off when he came on. That's good. That's good. Hasn't every one of her family members said not to use her image because of morons like you trying to politicize her death. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Da, da, da. I don't know. I was just trying to look it up real quick, but I didn't say anything about it. I don't know. I don't know if her family asked them not to do that. But that's not the reason that they're not letting it happen. So how's that even come into play, really? That's a separate issue. Wouldn't it be a separate issue? Wouldn't that be a separate issue? I would think that would be a separate issue. But, maybe not. Maybe logic is tough. On a side note, this massive mural just got revealed in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I like it. I like it. He uses mail-in voting, but chooses to say that mail-in voting is fraudulent. You should probably look a little bit more into the details about it. Actually, to be honest with you, the Howard Lutnick thing, I did see a thing about him. Let's see if he has. Yeah, we're gonna play it. There's only 1 minute of Howard Epstein files Lutnick. We're gonna play it real quick just to.
The fundamentals of our democracy are built on voter integrity, right? We all need it. You've said it time and time again. It's a total agreement amongst everybody. So here's the idea. The states, right, run these elections. They will, if they want to use the U.S. mail, U.S. Postal Service, they're going to get a code, a barcode from the U.S. Postal Service, and they're going to put that on the envelope, and we will have one envelope per vote. None of this time where we have no idea, there's no observers to mail, there's no envelopes, there's no certainty. That's all going to go away. And what the president is doing today is he's going to make sure that mail-in ballots are safe, secure, and accurate, and will have a clear distinction. If you voted by mail, you will have it on the envelope, obviously not on the ballot, but on the envelope. So we will know 1 million mail-in ballots. There'll be 1 million envelopes, and you'll be able to know exactly, correctly, that citizens voted.
Yeah, it seems okay. It seems okay.
Trump is a war criminal, and he's trying to steal the midterm.
Cool narrative, bro. Absentee voting for those who actually need it has been a thing for a long, long time. There's a difference. Sending ballots to everyone's not the same. Right. Right. Why is there an echo? I don't understand. Echo. A little bit in my ear. I don't know if you guys hear it or not, but whatever. No, I don't think they go to a polling station, but there are other people that are in similar situations. There was early voting available during a weekend. He was more interested in playing golf. Okay. Lutnick and Epstein were neighbors. Oh, I mean, I look at that guy, and I before I even saw the Epstein stuff, you look at him, he just looks like a slimy character, doesn't he? Like a slick back, someone you can't really trust. And ever since I first saw him, man, he's super duper Trump yes man, and Trump likes yes man, I think. So that's might be one of his weaknesses, to be honest. He lets a lot of people in there and trusts a lot of people that he shouldn't, like he did in the first administration. He's just a hypocrite. All politicians are hypocrites. I would like to see, how about this? How about we purge Congress? Wouldn't that be wonderful? How about we purge Congress of every single member. Every single one. If we did that, we'd probably only lose like 3 or 4 good people. And we could clear out Congress and get real people in there. People that the founders wanted in there. They wanted the regular people in there. Can we mail Lutnick back to the tunnels under Little St. James? You can't spell. Oh, hang on.
You can't spell hatred without a red hat.
Cool. Some of this nonsense is like, okay, if you say so. Can't spell a word without a hat. That makes a lot of sense. You don't seem subverted or anything. Lutnick lost the most employees at the I don't know too much about him. I haven't followed it. I haven't really wanted to research him that much, but I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. I saw this video earlier. Let's see here. I saw this video the other day. I don't know what this is. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it I don't know. But it's creepy. Hold on, we're gonna talk about racism soon. Because we gotta talk about racism. Because that's just always in the news. Racism. What the hell is it? I gotta do a better job of queuing my stuff up. Here we go. So this is how every horror story starts. A quiet trail, a strange hole, and a voice that shouldn't be there. People in the comments are saying shapeshifter. Even Wendigo. All I know is that the voice didn't match the situation. I don't know. It seems pretty weird, but it's also something that could very, 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 very easily be faked. So I don't know why. I don't know. You tell me.
That was a bone I just broke. Bro, is that my fork? What? Hello?
No.
Why is that?
No.
I think it's fake.
Hello? What the hell? Bro, I don't care about my bike. Hello? Is anybody there?
Has it?
I don't know,
Just
dude.
saw it
Am I just
yesterday.
hearing things?
It looks fake to me. I mean, all you gotta do is have somebody climb down there.
Hello? What the? Yep, nope, I'm good. Oh, parkour. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems fake to me. It seems pretty fake to me. All you gotta do is climb in the hole and make some noise. Help. I don't know why he wouldn't be able to. I'd be more interested in what was in that hole, I would be more interested. Yeah, exactly. Mega apologists always want to go back to the past to dodge about what's going on with the president. Is that the case? Or is it really just that we like to see that the thing, the contrast between the two administrations is remarkable. We don't go back to dodge anything. We go back to put your hypocrisy on display. It's the greatest contrast in presidents I think we've ever had. You got Trump, then Biden, then Trump. It's like it's clear as day. And I know the left is nervous about that because whenever you look back in history and you see what the results were of those presidencies, you're going to realize Biden, maybe just say liberal policies don't work. So it's more about looking back at your hypocrisy, exposing your hypocrisy than it is going, well, look at what Biden did. It's more about, well, look at what Biden did and your reaction to it. Because your reaction to what Biden did doesn't work with your reaction now. It's almost as if you're disingenuous. I don't know. This is what subversion looks like. The left has cut her This leftist has cut her MAGA family off without apology and will keep her parents from seeing their grandkids. This is what subversion looks like. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame, but this is what it looks like.
Whatever was more important.
Who does this, by the way? Who makes these videos? Like, who does? I'm going to make a video and post it online. That's who I'm going to do. Do you not have anyone to talk to? Like, I don't put my problems online.
And my son, your granddaughters, whatever it was, I hope you get it. If it was cheaper gas prices, cheaper eggs, more guns, Greenland now for some reason, I hope you get that. All of it. Or else it was all for nothing, right? That's not true. It's not even true. I hope you suffer, honestly. I do. And before you tell me how cruel that is, hoping doesn't do anything. I hope for lots of things that don't happen. You know what gets things done is voting. And you fucking betrayed them. All of them. So many people. And whatever it is you betrayed them for, I don't know. I hope it's worth it. I hope it's good to you. And it probably will be. It probably will be. Because that's what you wanted. And you knew. But I'll never forgive you for it. Ever.
That's a damn shame. This woman is so scorned. Trans-loving mama is so scorned that she's going to cut her parents and stuff off from her own family. It's like, what are we doing? What are you doing? How have we gotten this far? You are subverted. I don't care what my family's political views are. I'm not going to abandon them just because they think differently or they voted a different way. That's immature. That is subverted behavior. This is exactly where they want you. Just like they want us all fighting with each other and whatever. But your reaction to any Trump criticism is just to mock or point at Biden. Hypocrisy for me, but not for thee. No, I don't. What? I think you might be projecting. That might be some projection. Hiding behind the keyboard. Typical MAGA. Hiding behind the keyboard. What's that even mean? I'm on a live stream. What do you want me to do? Let me turn the keyboard around. I can move the keyboard if you want. There we go. Now it's on my side. Is that better? No. You said I'm hiding. That doesn't make any sense. That's not that. It's just a joke. What do you want me to do? Hiding behind a keyboard. I've been out there. I've been on the streets, bruh. I've been on the streets, bruh. Don't even test me, bruh.
Wrong.
Oh. When I compare what Trump said on the campaign trail to what he actually is doing, just the thought. Okay, what's the other one I wanted? Hey, how about some good news? How about some good news? That would be nice.
That is important. Every single day of the year, the Department of Justice investigates and prosecutes those who abuse and traffic young women and children. Just last year, the FBI located over 2,700 victims of child exploitation. The Department of Justice found and terminated 3.8 million dark web pedophile accounts. In August, we charged 11 defendants for extensive sex trafficking in Los Angeles of illegal immigrants and underage women. Last month, we charged 5 men who were engaged in a sadistic sextortion network of deranged young men abusing women. Over the past several months, last summer and into the fall, we executed Operation Restore Justice, rescuing 205 child victims and arresting 293 offenders. I point this out because I take umbrage at the suggestion, which is totally false, that the Attorney General or this department does not take child exploitation or sex trafficking seriously, or that we somehow do not want to protect victims. We do. There are some select members of Congress and some in the public eye, including those most critical of our efforts at full transparency under the Act, who remain silent as to all the work that we have done and continue to do every day in this space, while quickly pointing a finger at the Attorney General or this department because we were careful in our review of millions of pages of documents over the past 2 months. The Attorney General, the Director of the FBI, and our partners throughout this administration work hard every single day to protect the most vulnerable among us.
I mean, that's good news, right? Nah, man. No projection. We know your patterns. Oh, yeah. How long have you been watching? Or are you just lumping me in with every other MAGA guy? Oh, that's right. That's what you do. You have to put everybody together in a box. Oh, a group. You have to put everybody together in a group, and then you have to say, oh, that group's no good. And then whenever you don't like someone, you pick them up and you put them in that group. And now you don't like them, and you're okay. It's okay not to like them because they're in that group, and that group is hated for whatever reason. You don't really know. You just know that that group is hated. So if you put somebody that you don't like in that group, then you don't have to deal with them. And that's the way the left handles everybody, because they can't deal with facts. They can't deal with opposing views. It might wreck their brainwashed people. Essentially, that's where we're at.
MAGA scared, YouTube safe space.
Oh, yes, I'm scared. That's why I sit here. I sit here because I'm scared. Can you do one single pull up? I imagine I could. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm only worked construction my whole life. I don't know. I'm probably pretty weak. That's a good point. A person hiding behind a keyboard crying that another is hiding behind a keyboard. Exactly. Someone who is actually hiding behind the keyboard accusing someone streaming of hiding behind a keyboard. They don't see it. They don't get it. They don't see it. MAGA preach accountability but won't push for Epstein file release. Why not? I don't know what to think about the Epstein files anymore. It seems to me that we're never really going to see all of them. That's what it seems like to me. It's I dare say, old issue that is no one's going to ever be held accountable for. For God's sakes, Howard Lutnick was in a picture on Epstein Island with Epstein standing at the point of the island by that weird-ass building with the blue and white stripes and the golden dome, standing right there. And yet, he still is standing next to the President of the United States. I don't like that. But I don't know all the details either. I just know there's a picture of him. So I, unlike people on the left, I don't like the picture. That's enough for me to say, let's get him out of here. I'd rather not have Howard Lutnick involved in the White House anymore. But that's also on the same note, not enough for me to convict him of whatever horrible things happened on that island just because he was in a picture on the island. Now, the chances of that go up. They go way, way up when you were on the island. Of course they do. In all probability, something bad probably happened. I don't know. Dude doesn't know what to do now that the MAGA grift is ending. What MAGA grift? I didn't make any money from the MAGA grift. Can I get my share, please? Hey, can I get my share? Hey, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you donate they're in the comments below. Donate. Help me with my mission. Is that what everybody says? Donate to help the cause. Help us on our mission. All these clowns protesting, whatever, people out there doing. There's so many grifters out there. It's a shame. And I do think that, some of this is a good thing, this infighting on the right, because I think it's kind of a purification a little bit. We're kind of exposing and getting rid of some of these clowns that are out here doing the things that they shouldn't be doing just so they can make some money. I don't see you signing up for the draft, Gen Xer. I think I'm a little old. I think I'm beyond where they would want me to join. I don't think they'd want me there. But you know, I'd put the uniform back on again. Could you say that? Curious. What do you think of this? This is, I don't know how old this is either, but this might be old. Actually, it looks like it says 23 in the top of the thing, but I don't know.
I wore a shirt with the American flag on it. I wasn't protesting. I wasn't trying to cause trouble. It was just a regular school day. My third period, I was called into the office. They told me the shirt could create tension. I was suspended for the rest of the week.
Your Honor, the school maintains a dress code to prevent disruption. Certain symbols, depending on context, may escalate tensions among students.
Like an American flag?
Is to maintain order and safety. The decision was
I wore a shirt with the American flag on it.
I wish, you know, I'm going to go out and buy my kids American flag shirts and send them to school and see what happens. The silence on Epstein is what pisses me off. Iran looks bad, but the media makes everything Trump looks bad. Everything Trump look bad. Let him cook and see if it's like Venezuela or if it's another Iraq. I think we're going to be out of there in a couple weeks. I think we're going to be out of there in probably 2 weeks. I bet we're pulling out of there. We'll see. I don't want us there anymore, but there's a mission to accomplish that we don't know the details of. You have to have a certain amount of trust in him. He's ran a couple military operations already that were raging successes, so whatever. You think like Trump, think for yourself. I think like Trump. I take that kind of like a compliment. Man. Timu Kid Rock. Lutnick went to the island with wife. Lutnick went to the island with wife and kids. Oh. You know all about Lutnick, huh? Yeah, I mean my official Lutnick insider. Lutnick went there. I didn't realize that. Camera's all crooked and stuff. What's going on with this? America's laughing stock, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know if this helped. Probably not. Probably not. It's time we take this country back. Hey, there's another billionaire running for office. That's always great. Did you guys see the another video that's just outrageous? Sorry, looking for some details, but I got to get rolling here soon. I got a job I got to get to this morning. Where we at? So I might cut this one off a little bit early. I got to get some stuff ready for this job I got to get to. Hey, if you're in the chat and you're one of the lefties, you should start saying stuff like, "Oh, he's running. He's running." Oh, there we go. 51 years old and 20, 30-year-olds in their prime can't outperform on the job site. They're a herd of turtles, three-toed sloths. The youth today is effed. Bunch of worthless, useless. Yeah. You know, it's funny. I've worked in the business long enough. I've been involved in hiring, firing, and that kind of stuff, and whatever. And wow, it's true. The caliber of worker has gone downhill a lot. I remember one time I put an ad out. And it was for, I think I told this story before, I'm not sure. It was for a labor position. We were doing roofing, and it was just for a laborer. Just walk around on the ground, pick up the garbage, and blah, blah, blah. And I was paying $20 an hour for that. I was way above. Like people then were making like 16 an hour. Laborers like that were making 12 or 14. But I was paying good money. And I got an email from a guy who read my ad. And all it said, I never talked to the guy before, never heard from him, didn't know him, none of that stuff. All it said was, call me when you're paying 25. I'm like, what, dude? I don't think I'll be doing that. Neither side really likes to answer questions, really prefer to either ask a different question in response or hurl an insult at the other. Yeah, well, there's not a lot of not honest people out there. I don't know everything. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I pay attention. I've got business owner experience and I raise a lot of kids and blah, blah, blah. I got a lot of experience in this world and whatever. So I try not to do that. I try to answer questions if I know the answers. If I don't know the answers, I don't know the answers. I don't know a lot of stuff. I just pay attention. That's it. Beef jerky, enough said. No, it wasn't a work week when he ran off, just his days off. Dang, no pattern recognition. I have my own business. Two, actually. I own my own business. So I work more than most people, more than you do. I work more than most people you know. I have jobs on Saturdays. I work a lot. So there's another example of some smart ass in the chat that thinks he knows things. He thinks he knows things. And then, as usual, they're exposed as being ignorant. And that's the way it is. Hey, like, share, and subscribe for more. Hit the notification bell. Donate, buy stuff, whatever. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. We will see you. Faith will be back. We will see you Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we do our regular show. And then we'll see you. We'll see you then. Try not to hate too much out there, haters. It ruins your skin tone.